Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. A brief reminder that the sacred month of Rajab will be coming up in 3-4 days, something like that. I'm going to read the Quran ayats about it real quick. Let me get to that first. So in Surah 9, ayat number 36, Allah Azza wa Jal informs us that indeed the number of months ordained by Allah is 12. And in Allah's record, right, since the day He created the heavens and the earth. So on the day that Allah Azza wa Jal created the heavens and the earth, Allah Azza wa Jal also created 12 months, of which 4 are sacred. Okay? So 4 of these months are sacred. Rajab, which is the 7th month, and then Dhul Qaida, which is the 10th month, then Dhul Hijjah, Dhul Qaida is the 11th month, and then Dhul Hijjah is the 12th month, Hajj season, and then the first month is Muharram. So those 3 months are in concession. Allah Azza wa Jal says, and this is the correct deen, right? To believe in these 4 sacred months, to know that 4 of these sacred months exist. This is the right deen. This is the correct way. So do not wrong yourselves. Do not wrong one another during these sacred months. Don't wrong each other. Don't wrong yourselves. Okay? So when you look at the tafsirs and some of the hadiths on this Quran ayat, it explains that, and when you understand when Allah makes something sacred, the rewards are greater, like sacred cities, right? You know, like for knowing the prayers that's in, when you make one prayer in Mecca, the rewards for it, because it's a sacred city. So the rewards are greater. Just to put a number on it, not saying this number is specific, but just to get to the point. Let's say Salah is 1,000 hasanat. During the sacred months, it can be increased to 10,000 hasanats. I don't know the specific number, but just to give a visual. So the deeds as well. That's why the commandment is don't wrong yourselves, don't wrong one another during these months. Because the sins that you commit, the wrongdoing that you do is also increased. So again, something is 100 bad deeds. During the sacred months, that 100 is increased to 10,000. Just to give a visual. So this is Surah 9, ayat number 36. So what you want to do is during these sacred months, especially Rajab coming up, and it's getting close to Ramadan, you want to pay some zakat, give some sadaqah, try to do some fasting, right? Start practicing reading your Quran in Arabic to prepare yourself for Ramadan. And all the rewards that you'll get for reading it in Arabic. Start making you some tahajjud prayer, some night prayers, preparing yourself for Ramadan. You know, start trying to keep your speech and your conversations about certain things to a minimum. You know, some of the things that you listen to as far as music, as far as seeing things you're looking at on TV, start to try to get these things in check. And then when Ramadan comes, you can blossom. But keep in mind, there's a reward for doing these things during the month of Rajab, right? The deeds are increased, the rewards are increased, and that's why, like right now, like it's really no more foolishness. I'm getting ready. Like some of the the little stuff I entertain and some of the questions I answer, but no more foolishness. Time to start preparing for Rajab and time to start preparing for Ramadan. So Surah 9, ayat number 36. It give us a lot of great detail. So when you look at the tafsirs and then when you know the hadiths that go along with it, right? So also in the trivia question about zakat, for the ones who chose zakat that is on your wealth, is actually the amount that you have saved up when it's a dollar amount, right? And then let's say for instance you have sheep, and let's say you have 20 sheep, but 18 of those sheep aren't of a particular age. You don't owe zakat on that 18. But it's still your wealth. Just to show like it's on your savings and then on certain things. Let's say you own a lot of silver or you own a lot of gold, but the weight of it isn't a certain amount. So you won't owe on it if the weight doesn't exceed a certain amount. But these things is still considered to be your wealth. So it's on what you have saved up for over a year. So let's say, I like to give a visual. Right now in your bank account, you have $10 million. No. Stock for You have $10,000 in your bank account. The $10,000 has been in your account, saved up completely for 1 year and 6 months. Then tomorrow, something happens to where you get $100,000. Now the $100,000 is in your account as well. So you have $110,000. Now this is part of your wealth, but the $100,000 you don't owe on because you haven't had it saved for 1 year. You still only owe zakat on the $10,000. So it isn't on your whole entire wealth because some things don't qualify to be for zakat to come out of it. Like certain things with houses, cars, so it has to meet a certain criteria in order for you to take for you have to pay zakat on it. So inshallah, man, people get together, man, doing some good deeds. Try to fast, whatever you can, whatever you could think of. Try to get it in, man, because Rajab it's the 26th today of Jumada. Yeah, the 26th. So it's either going to be on the 29th or the 30th. Well, we look for the moon, 29th or the 30th. And Rajab is here, man. 3-4 days to start to get yourself prepared. Even just reading some books during that time. Try to get you a study buddy, and try to stay focused and get some things in. Dakik, I want to play something that Shadid Muhammad was talking about. 1 second. Dakik. Okay, listen to this. This is a little deep, and he gives a little warning after this. Listen to this.
There's a saying that a man who was blind, and he used his cane, he used his walker his entire life. And then God gave him eyesight. What was the first thing he did when he got his eyesight? He threw the walker away. I don't need it anymore. There's some people who are blind and they rely on faith in God. And the moment Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala restores to them their eyesight, they toss away the faith like the blind man tossed away the walker. Facts. There's some people who are Muslim in prison. Muslim in prison, good Muslims. And the moment they get a parole date and they know that they're coming home, you slowly, sure but surely start to see all of that sincerity, all of that practice of the deen. You start to see them shedding it little by little, day by day, until the day that they are released. I've seen it with my own eyes. The day they are released, Islam is out the window. I don't need the deen anymore. I don't need Islam anymore. I needed religion to hold me down, to give me something to believe in, to give me something to look forward to help me bid, to help me pass my time. But I'm going home. I got paroled. I'm going home. I don't need this deen anymore.
SubhanAllah.
I have a set of Sahih al-Bukhari that I brought here in the masjid. The same set of Sahih al-Bukhari right there on the bookshelf. The same set of Sahih al-Bukhari right there on the bookshelf. I bought that set of Sahih al-Bukhari in prison for a carton of cigarettes for a brother who was going home who was going to throw it away. I didn't give him the carton of cigarettes I didn't have, but I gave him the money which he used to purchase a carton of cigarettes. Also, he didn't throw the Sahih al-Bukhari in the garbage. That same Sahih al-Bukhari set right there.
Bestsellers at Ashley, where no matter what your holiday traditions are, you're always...
That can't go up.
I used to work at Canteen, so we used to see the guys coming in and the guys going out, right? I'm the first person you see when you come in, and I'm the person you see when you're on your way out. And this brother, he had all of his stuff in a bag, you know, the little clear plastic bag, you know, on their way out. And I looked at his bag and I seen the Sahih al-Bukharis in his bag, and I'm like, what you gonna do with that? He's like, oh man, I'm throwing these in the garbage. I'm like, what? Sahih al-Bukhari, man, what's wrong with you? And like, oh, I don't need that no more. I'm just like, all right, what can I give you for it? It's like, I need a carton of cigarettes. I'm like, man, I don't smoke. It's like, well, this is what I need. So there's another guy that was working with me, non-Muslim. He smoked. Give him the carton of cigarettes. I'll pay you the money for it. I just don't want him to throw it in the trash, man. Just give it to me. That's the same set of Sahih al-Bukhari right there in the masjid. You was fine with the religion all the way up until you were about to leave. And sisters, be mindful of this. Be mindful of this. Because you entertain these same brothers who are Sheikh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah in prison all the way up until they get a parole date. And if you've dealt with a guy in jail, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You start to see the little subtle changes as he gets closer and closer and closer to his release date. The way he talks is different. The things that he talks about are different. His mind seems to be shifting from being focused to now being reckless. You've seen it. There's some people who nothing would be good for them except the unfortunate circumstance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala places them in. Because,
you know, I just wanted to share that, man, because that's interesting, man. Like a brother through their whole bit, they deening hard, man, and then get a release date, and then on their way out the door, they get ready to throw away a whole set of Sahih Bukhari. need it anymore. I don't need the deen anymore. But like he said, man, not only for the sisters, but for the brothers as well. Because some of these individuals can become your companions. You know, not saying they can't be reformed or none of that, and not saying no judgment, but sometimes, man, these people can pull you off, man. And like he said, man, sisters be entertaining these type of brothers not knowing any better, man. You know, it's just some dangerous times that we live in. So anyway, man, Sacred Month coming up. Get your deen up. Start fasting. Start praying. Tahajjud, Qiyam al-Layl, Duha, whatever you could come up with. Pay you some zakat, give some sadaqah. You know, even just making wudu, reading the Quran. Just do anything to get any type of blessings that you can, you know, to stand in the dhikr of Allah. But do things that's going to help you and prepare you for Ramadan as well. So anyway, man, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.